Guangzhou Charge have signed. So the Guangzhou Charge actually released a bunch of people, right? They released Hopper, Fraggy, Only Wish, and Bishu. And then Rise retired from professional play. So Rise was actually a decent backup for Shu. Like, I think that Rise would have been an okay player on maybe some other Overwatch League teams, but Shu was so good that Rise just basically never saw any gameplay. Fraggy and Bishu, I don't know whether they will find homes on another Overwatch League team. I personally doubt it, because I can't think of a team that they would go to where it would be worthwhile. I would still like to see them compete, though, because they are legends, honestly, within the Overwatch scene, especially Fraggy. Fraggy is just such an absolute legendary, iconic figure. I'd love to see him continue play. I hope that he sticks around. And yeah, I am sad that Fraggy never got to play Goats in L. We were robbed. We were robbed. Bishu was great. His illness fucked him. I wouldn't say that Bishu was great. I mean, careful with your language there. Bishu certainly wasn't great. He was pretty decent. And I could see him still getting picked up for another team if they want an off-tank that can connect European and Korean, or, you know, English-speaking and Korean. But there are a lot of better off-tanks than him, especially when there's off-tanks coming in from contenders that you would rather take a punt on than a known quantity like Bishu. And Bishu is incredibly marketable, and he's valuable to the team in terms of what he brings outside of that, and he's a very positive figure as well. So, of the two of them, I think it's more likely that Bishu gets signed to an OWL team. But I want Fraggy to play more. I don't know. Only Wish has only disappeared. He's whooshed away. And Hopper, he must be going somewhere else. Hopper must be going somewhere else, because his stock actually looked pretty high at the end of this season when teams were required to play more than just the Diva. Hopper was actually getting quite a bit of value and was one of the reasons that the Guangzhou Charge looked pretty scary towards the end. So you have not seen the last of Hopper. I'm almost sure of it. I've heard twinklings on the grapevine, but nothing concrete. But I cannot imagine Hopper not finding a team. So, then, let's take a look. The Guangzhou Charge then signed Neptuno, who I think is an awesome signing for them. I think that's really good for them. He gets to play over Chara if he's able to actually get the starting spot. I think Neptuno is honestly a better player than Chara, and I don't know whether there are any roles where I would prefer to play Chara. Maybe if you want somebody that speaks Korean in order to speak with Shu, but Shu has so much experience now playing on mixed roster teams that I can't imagine that that's required. Neptuno is definitely a better Mercy, so anytime that Mercy is in the meta, Neptuno's mechanics I think are the best in the league on Mercy. I think he's just hands down the best Mercy in the league. And that doesn't mean because he goes for a load of pistol kills, but actually his movement is super clean on Mercy. And because Chara didn't impress that much on the Lucio, and I can't really remember him being amazing on like Ana or Batiste or this kind of stuff whenever he had to play it, I think Neptuno's got a good chance of starting. I don't think Chara is bad. I'm just saying that Neptuno is actually in the upper echelons of main supports that I would want to sign. Then they've got Krong. Now, I think this is a great pickup. I think Krong as a replacement for Hopper is excellent. I think this guy's got so much potential. Like, this guy, when I watch him play, it looks like you give him a good team and a good coaching staff, this guy's going to be, he's going to be really good. He could be a next kind of star off-tank player. He's watched a lot of him playing Diva, watched a bit of him playing Sigma recently on the patch. This guy's very, very mechanically gifted, got a good read of the game as well, which of course you need when you're playing off-tank. So I think this guy could be pretty nutty. But he's one of those players, though, where it's like he stands out in contenders when his team is doing well and when his team is just like competing. So it's a risk to pick him up because he might not perform at that level once he comes into Owl, but he looks so good that it feels right. It feels like he will get better as soon as he joins Owl. And you contrast that to other players like, I don't know, like J-Mac or Fuse or even Shui, actually. And there just seems like he doesn't look nuts when he plays in contenders. They just look very good. And so it doesn't feel like you get the same risk-reward ratio by picking up those kind of players. But Krong is one of those players like a Glister or like... I would actually rate him above Bernard personally, but haven't played with either of them, obviously. And then Weir, who comes in, and I personally doubt that he will ever be fielded over Shu, but I think Guangzhou is looking to sign new Chinese talent in order to actually have people, when they're doing their homestands, that speak Chinese, that the Chinese audience can relate to, this kind of stuff. I mean, it's similar to the European teams trying to sign European players because people like people in their tribe. It's a thing. It's a human thing to attach on to people that you're culturally similar to, or at least speak the same language. So I think that if Weir can be a good backup to Shu, which I think he probably can, and also is popular with the fans, then yeah, that's a good pickup. And then they're bringing back a bunch of people as well. So I'm feeling very good about the Guangzhou Charge. I think that they were a team that started to get very good towards the end of the season once Nero became 18, and with Nero, Happy, Rio, and Krong, with Neptuno now alongside Shu. This is looking like a nutty little roster with Eileen as well. Whew. This is looking like a powerful roster, actually. Powerful. Do Boston? Who do Boston even have? Who do Boston have? Do I think Eileen would get playtime over Happy? Yes, it just depends on what the meta is.